The email arrived at 0430, a single notification lighting up my phone in the dim glow of my bunk in Helmand province. I was halfway through a 6-month deployment, my third in 10 years, and the subject line hit like a sniper's round. Final notice. No preamble, no warmth. Just a PDF attachment labeled Dissolution of Marriage. My name is Marcus Tate, 38, Master Sergeant with the 101st Airborne. After 12 years of marriage, Sarah had decided it was over, and she wasn't waiting for me to come home to make it official. I opened the file. The words blurred at first: legal jargon about irreconcilable differences, division of assets, no-fault divorce. Sarah had already signed it. Her signature was neat, deliberate, like she'd practiced it. The email itself was curt. Let's handle this cleanly. I've moved on. You should too. She'd cleared out our joint account $72,000, gone. The house in Fayetteville, North Carolina, the one I'd bought with my VA loan, was now home to her new boyfriend, Travis. I read it once, then again, and shut my laptop. The desert air was heavy, the hum of generators outside my tent a constant drone. I showered, pulled on my uniform, and reported for duty. Said nothing to anyone. My bunkmate, Carter, noticed the shift in me that night. He was flipping through a worn copy of Dune, his ritual before lights out. "You good, Tate?" he asked, not looking up. "Yeah," I lied. "Just some stuff back home." He nodded, didn't press. Carter knew the code: soldiers don't pry unless you open the door. I lay on my cot, staring at the canvas ceiling, replaying the last year of my marriage. The signs had been there, subtle but undeniable. Sarah stopped calling during my deployments, said she was busy with her job at the real estate office. New hobbies: yoga, book clubs with people I'd never met. A locked phone she'd never had before. I hadn't confronted her. That wasn't my way. My dad, a Vietnam vet, taught me to observe, assess, act only when sure. So I'd washed. And I'd prepared. Before this deployment, I'd taken quiet steps. Nothing loud, nothing that would tip her off. I rented a storage unit in Raleigh, stashed my birth certificate, VA paperwork, the deed to the house, in my name only. Thanks to the loan, and a few things that mattered, my grandfather's dog tags from Korea, my mom's pearl earrings. I opened a separate account at a credit union, funneling 20% of my pay there, small enough to go unnoticed, enough to give me a cushion if the worst happened. The night before I shipped out, Sarah drove me to the airport. Her hug was perfunctory, her eyes distant. "Stay safe," she said, like she was reading a script. I should have known then, but hope is a stubborn thing. Now, hope was dead. I replied to her email with 2 words: understood. Proceed? No fight, no please. That wasn't me. But Sarah didn't know I'd been ready for this. She didn't know I don't start wars, I end them. We met in 2011 at a bar in Fayetteville, a dive called Rusty's where soldiers and locals mixed uneasily. I was 26, back from my first tour in Iraq, nursing a beer. Sarah was 24, a junior agent at a real estate firm, all sharp wit and easy smiles. She wasn't military, didn't come from it. Her dad sold insurance. Her mom taught their grade. We clicked over bad jukebox music and a shared hatred of overpriced wings. 8 months later, we were married at a courthouse, her in a white sundress, me in my dress blues. She said she loved my discipline, my purpose. I believed her. We bought the house in 2014, a modest 3-bedroom rancher with a big oak in the yard. My VA loan covered it, so the deed was in my name, but I added her because that's what you do when you're building a life together. My parents died young: dad from a stroke in 2009, mom from breast cancer in 2012. They left me enough to clear Sarah's student loans and put a down payment on a future. She'd joke about quitting real estate for something less soul-sucking, but she stayed, said the commissions were too good to walk away from. I deployed 3 times during our marriage: Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria. Each time I came home, Sarah was a little further away. She'd smile, cook my favorite chili, ask about the desert, but her questions felt rehearsed. By 2019, the cracks were obvious. She'd snap when I asked about her day, spend weekends with friends I'd never heard of, buy clothes I never saw her wear. Once, after I mentioned re-enlisting, she said, "I didn't sign up to be a widow waiting for a flag." I got it, being a military spouse is brutal. But the Army was my home, the only place I'd ever belonged. I was good at it. Lives depended on me. I suggested therapy. She brushed it off. "We're fine, Marcus. Just stressed." But she wasn't fine. She started talking about her coworker, Jenna, who'd left her husband and was finally free. She'd linger on her phone, angling it away when I walked by. I didn't snoop, never checked her texts, never tailed her. That's not who I am. But I'm not stupid either. My gut screamed trouble, and in my line of work, you trust your gut or you die. 3 weeks after the divorce email, I was in the mess hall, picking at a plate of mystery meat, when my phone pinged. A bank alert, another withdrawal, $45,000, leaving $19.12 in our joint account. I set my tray down, opened the app. The savings account $30,000 we'd saved for a new roof and maybe a kid someday was zeroed out. Transferred to an account I didn't know. Across the table, Lopez, a wiry corporal, raised an eyebrow. "Bad news, Sarge." "Nah," I said. "Just numbers not adding up." That night, I called the bank from the base's secure line. The rep confirmed Sarah had been siphoning money for months, small transfers at first, then bigger ones starting the week I deployed. I hung up, staring at the concrete wall of the comms room. Guys around me were Skyping their families, laughing, promising toys for their kids. My world was collapsing, and I was 7,000 miles away. Carter found me later, leaning against a Humvee outside. "Heard you were looking rough at Shell," he said. "Spill it." I hesitated. I don't unload on people. But Carter had saved my ass in Syria, spotting an IED before I stepped on it. I owed him. Sarah's divorcing me. Emptied our accounts. Moved her new guy into my house. He didn't flinch. No pity, no platitudes. "What's the plan?" "Don't know yet." He clapped my shoulder. "You will. Let me know if you need backup." Sleep didn't come that night. I logged into our home security system cameras I'd installed after a break-in scare in 17. Sarah probably forgot I could access them remotely. The feed showed a black pickup in my driveway, a guy I didn't know walking my dog, Ranger. He wore my old NC State hoodie, drank from my coffee mug. Sarah was there, laughing in the kitchen I'd retiled myself. Something in me hardened, not rage, but clarity. This wasn't just betrayal. This was a takeover. I pulled out my phone, made a list: call Riley, Army buddy, now a lawyer. Check VA loan terms. Request emergency leave. Secure pension accounts. Review mortgage docs. Sarah had mentioned refinancing last year, casually, like it was no big deal. I hadn't thought much of it then. Now, it felt like a clue. At 0600, I emailed Riley, "Need legal help. Urgent. Discreet." His reply came fast: "Secure line, 1900 your time." When we spoke, he didn't sugarcoat it. "Sounds like she's been planning this. We'll dig into the finances, the house, everything. Stay calm, stay smart." I hung up feeling like I was gearing up for a mission. No emotions, Just objectives. 2 months later, I was stateside, unannounced. I didn't tell Sarah I was back. Didn't call, didn't text. I checked into a motel off I-95, used a buddy's name to stay under the radar. Riley met me at a Greasy Spoon outside Fort Bragg. "You look like shit," he said, sliding into the booth. "Feel like it," I admitted. He handed me a folder. Bank statements, loan docs, deed. And this. He pulled out a single page. Found it in the county records. Refinance application, your signature. Except it's not yours. I studied it. My name, but the loops were wrong, the slant off. Sarah forged it. Looks like. Filed 3 months ago. Hold $280,000 in equity. Your name's on the VA loan, so she needed your signature. She faked it. I leaned back, processing. Forge my signature, drain our accounts, divorce me, all while I'm dodging mortars. Bold. There's more, Riley said. Her boyfriend, Travis Holt. He's got a record. Fraud, larceny, 1 assault charge from 18. And he's listed as a co-applicant on the refinance. I clenched my jaw. What's my play? Depends on what you want. The house. The money. Justice. All of it, I said. And I want her to feel the weight. Riley grinned. Then we move fast. The next day, I drove past my house. Sarah's car was there, Travis's truck gone. I parked 2 blocks away, watched for an hour. Thought about knocking, confronting her. But that wasn't the plan. Instead, I went to the bank, met a loan officer named Cheryl. Showed her my ID, my real signature, the forged refinance docs. Her eyes widened. This is serious. I'll escalate it. I've already filed a fraud report with the sheriff, I said. Just need you to freeze the funds. That night, my phone lit up with a text from Sarah, who'd you talk to at the bank. They're asking questions. I didn't reply. The next morning, I hit the county clerk's office, filed a lis pendenza notice blocking any sale or transfer of the property without my approval. Sarah called that afternoon, voice tight. Marcus, what the hell are you doing? If this is about the divorce, we can talk like adults. Like adults. Same phrase from her email. I let it go to voicemail. Riley called later. Bank froze the refinance funds. And get this, Travis was driving your Jeep. Got pulled over last night, suspended license. They impounded it. Found something else in the car, blank real estate contracts from Sarah's office. I sat on the motel bed, pieces clicking together. She's stealing contracts. Or worse. Sheriff's looking into it. Things escalated fast. I met a bank fraud investigator, a guy named Powell with a limp and a no-nonsense steer. Your wife moved $130,000 of the refinance money, he said. Half to an account linked to Travis Holt, half to someone named Ethan Caldwell. Who's Caldwell? Powell shrugged. Not my job to know. But I'd get your lawyer on it. Riley ran a check. Ethan Caldwell was a real estate broker, specialized in distressed properties. He's worked with Travis before, Riley said. 3 sales in 2 years, all military families, all below market value. Travis gets a cut, then bolts. I sat in a park, head spinning. This isn't just Sarah screwing me over. It's a hustle. Maybe, Riley said. Could be Sarah's in on it. Could be she's a mark. Either way, we've got enough for the FBI. Military families, VA loans, fraud across state lines, they'll bite. I met FBI agents Nguyen and Harper at their Raleigh field office. They took my statement, copied my documents. You're not the first, Nguyen said. We've been tracking Holt and Caldwell for a year. Your case gives us a pattern conspiracy, not just one-off fraud. What about Sarah? I asked. Harper hesitated. We're not sure how deep she's in. Did she ever talk about money troubles? Selling the house? She said we were stretched thin, kept pushing to downsize. I didn't buy it, mortgage was fine on my pay. They nodded, made notes. Gwen gave me her card. Don't talk to Sarah or Holt. We need this clean. Sarah texted again that night, meet me at Moore Square tomorrow, 2 p.m. We need to talk. I showed it to Riley over coffee. Don't go, he said. She's fishing. I won't. But let's see what she does when she thinks I'm there. We staked out my house at 1:30 p.m. At 1:45, Sarah left, heading toward Moore Square. 20 minutes later, a car pulled up, an SUV with a real estate logo. Ethan Caldwell. Travis met him at the door, led him inside. I opened my security app, pulled up the interior cameras. Caldwell was snapping photos of my living room. Travis pointed out the fireplace, the new windows. Listed at $450, Caldwell said. I've got a buyer, cash, $410. Quick close. What about the husband? Travis asked. Caldwell laughed. Deployed, distracted. He'll settle to avoid the hassle. I recorded the feed, sent it to Nguyen. Happening now. 30 minutes later, FBI vans rolled in. I watched from down the street as agents cuffed Travis and Caldwell. Sarah pulled up, saw the scene, and froze, hands shaking. My phone rang. Nguyen. Got them on tape planning the fraud. Conspiracy, wire fraud, theft of VA benefits. We'll need your statement. And Sarah? She's talking. Says she didn't know the full scope. We'll see. The case unraveled quickly. Travis and Caldwell took plea deals, ratting out each other and 2 other accomplices. Their scheme hit 9 military families across 3 states, netting $1.8 million in fraudulent sales and refinances. Sarah swore she was manipulated, that Travis fed her lies about me hiding money, planning to abandon her. She admitted to the forgery, said it was Travis's idea. Maybe it was true. Didn't matter. She settled, full restitution of the stolen funds, no claim to the house or my pension, a signed confession. I didn't press charges. The divorce finalized 6 months after her email. Clean break. Travis got 7 years. Caldwell, 10. Nguyen called me the day they were sentenced. Your case broke this open, she said. Those families owe you. I sold the house a year later. Too many ghosts. Took the money, bought a cabin in the Blue Ridge Mountains, 10 acres, a stream, no neighbors. Retired from the Army at 20 years, started restoring old furniture for locals. Got a mutt named Buck. My pension kept me steady. Sarah moved to Charlotte, last I heard. Working real estate again, starting over. I don't hate her. Don't feel much about her at all. One day, a letter came from a woman in Virginia Beach. Her husband was Navy, targeted by Travis's crew. You saved our home, she wrote. Thank you for standing up. I pinned it to my fridge, a reminder that something good came from the wreckage. I'm not the man I was before that email. Don't trust as easily, don't hope as much. But I've got my land, my dog, my work. And for the first time in years, I've got peace. It's enough.